And see, if you eat bad food into your stomach rejects it. My nephew deviated when he went to the university to join a party like the NPP. And I am going to make sure that he comes back home to the Nkrumah's party.
Well, that's a tall order.
And I know I'm going to do it because our grandfather or mother would have told him how, after the overthrow of Osagyefo for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, our people in Zimmerland were hounded, butchered, resulting about 2/3 of our people going to Ivory Coast.
That's very true.
So if you hear Fred Milway singing those Ghanaian songs, it is not because they are Ivorians. When we're celebrating our 2nd anniversary, and let me salute people like Professor Hineje, who was a former CEO of Confanachi Hospital. People like Engineer Anamu, former GPH, Director General. Let me celebrate people like Dr. Jewapia, the former Secretary General of the Ghana Medical Association, and James Osabute, the Grants Commander. You know him?
Right.
Grants Commander.
Yeah.
And many others. These are the gallant men that for the past 8 years, it was on the same 6th March that the Professional Forum was inaugurated.
True.
You remember?
True.
So today is our anniversary. So
Happy anniversary.
Yes. So we celebrate this anniversary with the gallant men and women and the names I've mentioned and many more who came together to form the NDC Professionals Forum. Mm-hmm. Today, I want to salute all young pioneers that are living and those who are dead. Some were chased away and they have never found their way back to Ghana. I want to salute them. I was a little boy when I was pushed into the Young Pioneer. Not because I was conscripted like they used to say, but I was attracted by the values of the Young Pioneer. Moro, if an organization teaches you, first, love of country, is it a communist organization?
It's just
Not
indoctrination.
at all.
Yes, they will say indoctrination, but I was indoctrinated to love Ghana. And that's why anytime I come here, I tell you about when the Ghana anthem is being played, I almost cry. Love of country. Because if you love your country, you will not steal from the country like they did.
Oh.
If you love your country, you will not pass a law to go and mine in our forest reserves. Another value was discipline and obedience. Discipline and obedience. We have lost the love of country. Now we have lost discipline and obedience. Right? We also taught honesty and morality. Honesty and morality. This may be lawful, but is it morally right? I want to hear Moro say, this is yes. And it's indeed yes. You shall know Moro is not a gendarme journalist.
Right.
Honesty and morality we were taught. Another thing that we were taught that is leaving me as I grow older is punctuality. Punctuality. Nkrumah got us to know that if you go and stand near the Meridian Hotel, there's something called Greenwich Mean Time, the Greenwich Meridian. It is not called Ghana Mean Time. And they told us those days that if the time is taken from your center, from here it is 0, and it's minus going, and then minus a plus going. So we are in the center of the world, and therefore we should be punctual. By this illustration, no meeting will start at 10 o'clock and people are coming at 11:30. That's what we were taught. Another thing, today, give me time to go through.
The values.
The values, they are so dear to me. They have helped me.
That's fine. So these are your preliminary thoughts before we get into
Sure.
the conversation proper.
Then we were taught protection of state property.
Right.
As a young pioneer, I was taught the protection of public property. I was taught as a sales value, reliability and secrecy. He was saying that a memo is moving from vice president, president's office to vice president. Before the memo reaches it, it's on WhatsApp. No young pioneer trained Ghanaian would have done that. No young pioneer trained would have done that. And you know, to kill this value, the NPP's surrogates, forefathers, said the young pioneer was an indoctrination for communism. Because they wanted to kill these values that made us Ghanaians. Well, if you tell me something today, and my nephew needs not know, me, Pee Yalley, I will not let him know. Because I was taught that value at a very tender age. The other thing that we were taught is comradeship and forbearance. It's my comrade, right? You're my comrade. That's why we still call ourselves comrades. Now, if you are my comrade, I will not undermine you. You have to forbear. If you will be killed because of your friend, that is fine, because you believe in it. Then we have love for work. Do you remember your father singing "Work and Happiness"? Grandpa was singing "Work and Happiness."
Now my happy home.
When you go to Esuchare, and the workers were cutting the sugarcane, and there will be an information service band standing there, blaring this sound. You see them, they will cut like, mower. That is what made Ghana. Their field craft is another value that if you are a teacher, be an expert in your field, the craft of teaching, be an expert. No matter how much business. Nobody in those days was going to say, oh, Boko University one from teachers training. No. Because we knew the value of teaching. We know the value of nursing. Today, people go to nursing training college for what reasons? All of us know. Then the last, unaffectedness. Nothing which affects the country should affect you negatively. If this is for Ghana, it should affect me properly. Are you listening to me?
Following.
Then selflessness. As a young boy and a young pioneer, at that little age, I was taught how to be selfless in the service of Ghana. And finally, striving to faultlessness. Whatever you do. These were the values we learned. These are the values we learned. And like the toothache plague, these people came and removed all this. So if today, 68 years of our country, we are still talking about, what we used to be, then the song that I learned, that Nkrumah never dies, is still alive. Moro, in our days, do you know what we celebrated, how we celebrated Independence Day? On the Independence Day, we exhibited what products we have been able to produce. Because Kwame Nkrumah said the black man is capable of managing his own affairs. So we would exhibit Akasanoma, Sanyo. Do you see they are in Tema still? It's a shame that the MP for Tema
companies have collapsed.
It's a shame that MP for Tema have to lose a seat because of roads. What, Moro? If you were brought from Western Region to come and see the Tama Harbor, and you saw the Tama roads and township, what? That time, most African, international, world-class countries is what we were competing with. And that's why we could construct the motorway, right? Motorway, how many years? What road in Ghana has lasted more than the motorway? That's how we, Kwame Nkrumah, put it. So we're exhibiting those things in the March past. Because when you go to the shelves, you can see many things. You know, Muro, I wish we had time to tell Ghanaians that if you twist history, history will twist and come back to set itself.